Hello. My name is Gen Stoney. Thank you so much for joining me today. Give me 1 second. I have some lighting issues here. Here we go. So I am hopping on to share with you all my experience of working with Cynthia for 3 weeks now inside the Spiritual Success group. So please say hi when you're hopping on. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I am just so excited to share with all of you this wonderfulness. So, sorry, my phone stand broke and I'm propping my phone up on a book right now. So if it falls, sorry. So I have been working with Cynthia and for about 3 weeks now, and have been inside the Spiritual Success group with some incredible women and been on the group calls. It's been phenomenal. And so really when it comes down to why I chose, hello Lindsay, hello, why I chose to work with Cynthia, right? So I work with people who I want what they have, and I know that's what I've done for over a decade, right? So a little bit about me. I have been a coach for almost 13 years now, and I've been in the online space and made it my business for the last few years. And so in that time, I have hired mentors. I've worked with people who have worked alongside the Dalai Lama. I have worked inside coaching groups and worked with top, I would say, 7-figure earners. And I've worked with some truly phenomenal mentors. So when I look at who I want to work with, I really follow my intuition and my gut. And so what you all should know is that I wasn't in Cynthia's Facebook group until after I hired her. And that is because I felt a nudge to work with her after seeing her testimonial with her coach, Tara. And so it's pretty cool because when I follow my gut and my instinct and I act on it, and I scheduled a call, a sales call, a clarity call, whatever you want to call it, with Cynthia. And so her and I talked. All I did was I sent her a message saying, I know that I need to work with you. What are my options? Can we talk? And she messaged me right back and we went from there. And so the thing is that I love, another thing, hi Claire, is that I love how Cynthia creates her schedule, right? So I have had experience of working with Cynthia when she was working in another group coaching program. And you know what's interesting is that I saw her energy in that program. And then when she left that company and started working in her own company, and I saw her take her company from 6 figures in 4 months and then multiple 6 figures, right? And I saw her just skyrocket as I saw her buy her dream home. I saw her have a successful and beautiful family life and marriage. I saw all of this. And the thing is that I'm very intuitive. And so I could feel that this was authentic. This was not just somebody prancing around online showing what they want you to see. She was solely she was doing the thing. And she transitioned after being fired from a company. I was demoted in a coaching company, and I was demoted and I was offered a position of no pay. So the thing is that I'm a highly successful individual who has graduated with honors in psychology with my bachelor's in psychology and nutrition. I have my associates in business sales and marketing. I was top in sales for the nation in a bank for F&I auto sales for 6 months in a row. I was also top in the nation for JP Morgan Chase and AmeriCredit, which is GM Financial. So when it comes to me achieving my desires and what I want, and you put that aside, I'm also 13 years sober from drugs and alcohol, and my husband and I went through infidelity. He cheated on me. We were 3 weeks away from divorce, and we reconciled our marriage 3 weeks prior to finalizing the divorce. When it comes to me doing the work, I do the work, right? I do the work. And so it's very important that I pick a mentor that is going to guide me and that has something more. Hello, Karina, that has something more and has what I want. right? So it's very important to me to choose somebody who's like, okay, I want to get where she's at and I want to learn how she got there. And so again, I wasn't even in this Facebook group. I had never been on one of Cynthia's master classes. I had just read her post and I knew without a doubt that it was time for me to work with her, right? And so my pleasure, Karina, thanks for having me. So the thing is that she also she's built her business on money that she has made. So Cynthia has built her business on her own money. She hasn't built her business on somebody else funding her business. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. The thing is that my husband is an entrepreneur. We have an amazing marriage and we have 2 little kids. I'm at a point in my business where I want to take it to the next level, but I want to do it with my money that I'm making. I don't want to take it out of our savings. And that's what I did for the first year, and I don't want to do that anymore. And so I really look up to Cynthia in that way of her building her empire with the money that she is making, which doesn't happen with all coaches. And most importantly, again, is that my sacral said yes. My intuition said yes. My inner sexy goddess, my feminine beast said yes. Work with Cynthia, and so I jumped. When I jumped and said yes, and I signed at that dotted line, and I said, I'm ready, let's do this, here's your payment. And I'm also working with Cynthia on the VIP level of working with her once a month privately, which our first call is this afternoon, which I'm really excited. And I have 2 days a week Voxer access to her. So when I made that commitment, it was a larger commitment than the monthly spiritual success. And I knew without a doubt that was what I should go with. And so I did. And within hours of signing at the dotted line and making that payment, someone came to me and said, hey, I want you to be on our TV show. I'm like, what? So I got an opportunity to be on Fox News and the CW for Miami, Florida, and for Austin, Texas, within 2 hours of making the leap. When you make the leap, the universe meets you. And I know that without a doubt in several areas of my life. And so it's just beautiful. So I know I'm a little over the place. I hope you guys are following. So my experience thus far working with Cynthia has been amazing. So as I mentioned before, I've been in several coaching containers. I've been in some very high-end ones where you pay a lot of money monthly. And so I've experienced the onboarding process with those. And those experiences with being onboarded has not been like with Cynthia. With Cynthia, being onboarded in Cynthia's world is incredible. So with being onboarded in her world, you don't feel like you're just being thrown into a large group. You really feel like your hand is being held, and she truly appreciates that you're coming into her world and wants you to feel and understand the process. She wants you to know everything you are getting. She wants you to have clarity. Honestly, I cannot fully express my appreciation for her level of organization. Because some people may think like that it's totally normal how she onboards. They may think that this is completely normal, and I'm here to tell you that I've been in other coaching containers and it's not. The way she onboards you is you feel so happy with the choice you've made. She tells you step by step, okay, here are the guidelines, here are the boundaries, here is what our expectations are. And she lets you know all of those things up front. There's no surprises. There hasn't been any surprises to me in 3 weeks. I asked several questions because I ask a lot of questions because I wanted clarity of like, what are your expectations for me? And she's not all over the thing is that Cynthia, she has a guideline, right? She has a teaching rubric. She has worksheets. So when you come into her world and you get on these coaching calls, it's not just, oh, what questions do you have? No, you get on a coaching call, she asks you to ask questions, and this is something I really love. It's not recorded. So any questions that people ask at the beginning of the coaching call and the end of the coaching call are not recorded, right? But what is recorded is her teaching material. What she teaches and what she takes you through, and you have worksheets, and she asks you to be on camera. The accountability that she holds you to is a very high standard, which I love, I appreciate, and it's a standard that I hold myself to. If you can't make the group coaching call, you have to let her or her assistant, Karina, who's awesome, know that you won't be on it. I love that. I am with women inside this beautiful container who hold themselves to a very high standard, who say they're gonna do something and they do it, right? There's a great level of radical responsibility that is taken inside this container with women. Honestly, I feel so supported, and I'm in this container with these women, and Cynthia really, she is a woman of her word. And that is something that is incredible, and I appreciate and I love, especially from being I was in the car business for almost 10 years. And so being a woman of your word is something I lived by, but it's not something everybody lives by. And I truly, truly appreciate that. Now the shifts that I have seen in 3 weeks, just 3 weeks, guys. So 3 weeks, my husband has seen a shift in my ownership of my business. The thing is that when you step into and you calibrate to somebody's energy who is building their own company on their own with an employee on board, but she didn't always have an employee on board. What you need to remember is that she built this company for several months on her own. And so by building this company on her own, that is the energy I want to calibrate to, because yes, hi Erin, I do want to have employees in my company one day, but right now I want to build it on my own. And so it's beautiful because I get to calibrate to that and take full ownership in my life. Now, Cynthia's techniques have blown my mind. So I'm somebody who I have done a lot in the self-help world and the spirituality world. I am a certified meditation guide, chakra healer, EFT practitioner, and life coach. And I have done countless workshops and paid workshops, and also, hi Sheena, and also instructed several, worked alongside some incredible women who are extremely high level. And my self-help and my motivational teachings, but also going into the spiritual world of A Course in Miracles, metaphysical texts, and really diving into that to find a mentor that is at a higher level and knows her stuff and is very confident, but doesn't just know her stuff. This is the thing about Cynthia. She doesn't just know her stuff, she puts in practice her own tools. So she uses them, she implements them consistently. And she does this just every single day. And that to me is incredible, and that is a mentor that I want, and that is why I hired her 3 weeks ago. So if you're looking for somebody who you want to teach you this, right? And that's the thing, is that I'm a relationship coach. I'm a love coach. I help women find their soulmates. I help women connect with their partners and turn their roommate marriage into a passion-filled one. When it comes to relationships and love and sexiness and your sexual intimacy and your connection with your pleasure zone, that's my zone of genius. My zone of genius is not my business. That's not my zone of genius. And the really cool thing is that Cynthia uses incredible tools in her business, and you get to use those tools, but you don't have to be a business owner to gain such insight. From being in this container for 3 weeks, I can tell you that the insight and the power and the tools that you can gain is just incredible. So even if you're not in business and you're looking to up-level your life, you are looking to become an incredible woman, I gotta tell you, Cynthia is your person. She's an amazing woman. She's amazing at what she does. And the shifts that I have seen, the energy that I have felt, the support within the community is amazing. You could be a stay-at-home mom and join this community and up-level and shift your life like never before. Because the tools that she teaches you in there are for your entire life, and they are for your business too. But the thing is that these tools, these teachings are useful beyond belief. I mean, you can implement these in every area of your life. So I am so happy to be on here. I'm gonna hop off before I just keep on talking. And thank you so much for having me. If you have any questions about working with Cynthia, feel free to reach out to me personally. I am more than happy to talk with you, so feel free to message me on Facebook. And I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful Tuesday, and just fulfill your desires and know that you have the power within you to succeed your dreams. You have the tools, and it is not a coincidence that you are in this group. It is not a coincidence that you are being connected with Cynthia. Everything happens for you. So have an amazing day. Thanks so much for joining me.